you go.
Welcome, welcome. This was one of my favorite songs from 2024. It's called Kansas by Tiffany Slay, and I figured I'd take a stab at remixing it. So I did, and I'll break down the production a little bit. I have 3 sections here. First section is just like vocal stuff. Just the raw vocals. I also have another version of the vocals here that sidechain to the kick drum. There's actually 2 kick drums in this section because I really wanted the kick to cut through the mix. I have this little snare thing that I made from the vocals, and I made this just by taking this vocal track and throwing some glitch 2 on it, and I just kind of messed around with it. And I really liked how that glitch part sounded here. It kind of sounded like a snare drum, so I just took that, cut it out, and made it essentially into a snare drum. And that's really it for the vocals. There's not a whole lot going on. I didn't like do any rearranging on the vocals. Next section I did was this like chord progression, and I believe it's this one here. It's just a serum patch, and I ran it through some EQ, some phase mistress, some lo-fi audio, and some portal without any effects. It sounds like this. I bounced that out to audio, and then I threw on some sketch cassette, some decimore, a little more EQ, and some RC color as well, just to give it some more texture and character on top of everything. And I chopped it up a little bit. I made another version of that patch. It's essentially just the same chord progression with a different serum bank, and then I think the effects are similar. They're slightly different, but the original serum bank has the same effects chain, but the bank is just different. Got a little bit more buzz to it. Next thing I did was the bass. I made 2 basses actually. They're the same bass preset, but I tweaked it so one of them is a little bit more aggressive in terms of distortion than the other. The first one sounds like that, and the second bass, they're pretty similar, but the second one has a little bit more distortion on it. Just wanted to throw that in there to give it some variation. I have the bass pattern following the original bass pattern in the original song, or at least in this beginning part. Later on, I didn't check if it changed later on, but I just like the bass pattern already, so I just kept it. Kick drum in here. One side note too is that the bass drums also sidechain to the kick, just to make room for the kick drum. And then there is a second kick drum that comes in here when the kick drum switches patterns. It's a kick drum, but I EQ'd at the low end and just kept the high end. And combined with the other kick. And that side changes to the bass and the vocals. I can't sleep at night. I keep thinking about how the time flies by. Moving on, a couple hi-hats in here. We actually have 3 different hi-hats. They all follow the same pattern, which is pretty similar to the pattern already in the song. You have hi-hat 1. I have a second hi-hat come in here later. Just to make it a little bit different, and then I throw in another hi-hat later on. Just kind of to give it some more variation. I have an open hat, pans left and right. I have, I think, 3 or 4 snares. Oh no, this is an open hat here. Another open hat. Then I have a snare, a second snare, a third snare, and a 4 snare, which comes in only in the drop. Besides that, we just have some effects risers, and that's pretty much the whole song. The only other thing that I think I forgot to mention was I recorded this little vocal breath here. And that's just because in the actual song, she's like referring to breathing. Man, it's getting hard to breathe. And so I felt like that would be kind of a nice touch to put in. That's the end. Like, subscribe. Bye-bye. I used to love summers in December. Felt like a break from a never-ending person.